Hello, my name's Rich Bewley. I'm with Shotstop. Today, I want to talk to you about the importance of lab reports, how to read them, and how to get the necessary information that you need, that you want, so that either you can make a decision for somebody who needs to be protected, somebody who protects us, or looking to purchase armor for yourself. You have real data that tells you which armor is the best armor for you, specifically by its performance. I'm here to tell you today, two NIJ 3A, 4, green tip. The ratings itself does not mean two different plates are equal. And today I want to show you exactly why and how you can determine that information so that you know and can be confident in the specific armor you're choosing. So here at Shotstop, we provide all lab reports on any rifle plate that we make available so you can see. So if you go to the proof section and you go down, you get to see interviews and third-party influencers and those that are in the field talk about how they perceive the product, tested the product, valued the product. Underneath it, we show an NIJ notice of compliance so that any person looking to understand more about our rifle plates knows that we're in complete accordance with NIJ. In fact, NIJ is a voluntary program that's designed to help you, the buyer, know exactly what plate you're buying, what performance levels it'll meet and exceed, and know that you're protected in the situation you want to be protected in. So we take NIJ very seriously. We like all of what they do. And in addition to having an NIJ compliance and NIJ rated products, specifically plates, we also share ballistic lab reports so that you can see exactly how the plate handled specific situations, specific challenges. So today I'm pulling the green tip ballistic resistance test to show you what is involved in all this information so that when you're deciding when to purchase armor for yourself or for somebody who spends their time protecting us or needs to be protected, you've got all the necessary information. So there's a couple things to quickly throw at you here so that you have all the information you need to determine which plate's best for your situation. Number one, look at the specific lab. There are labs upon labs upon labs out there, including a lot of manufacturers of rifle plates that'll quote unquote offer internal testing data, which means they tested their own product with no supervision, no third party, no unbiased looking over the product to ensure that that plate met that specific standards. It's basically them testing their own material. And or we find people throw an NIJ rated qualification without it truly being qualified. So the first thing you want to do is request the lab report and then ensure that the lab that that's tested the rifle plate you're considering is NIJ accredited. And it's very easy. Go to that lab's website and see if they have an NIJ accreditation, meaning NIJ, who runs and determines all level ratings for rifle plates, has said, yes, we like Chesapeake. We've seen their system. We've seen their testing. And we trust them. We consider them an accredited lab. Next, what you want to look at is what is the client that the lab report's speaking to? In this case, it's Shotstop Ballistics as the manufacturer. When looking at lab reports, we've found other manufacturers, other companies have positioned incorrect lab reports and incorrect NIJ ratings that don't reflect the specific rifle plate or insert, and also sometimes don't even have the right manufacturer. So it's very important to look to make sure that under client, it shows the rifle plate the rifle plate manufacturer that you're considering. Next, look at the version and the test date. The test date's important. We've seen, and it's sad to say, but we've seen ballistic resistance lab reports provided and shown that are 4 or 5 years old that don't pass the current version or even the version prior. So you want to see, when did this test actually happen? And then you can see under the shot spacing what specific NIJ rating this test was applied to. So in this case, it's the 0101.06. Level 3 is what this lab report's showing you. Next, look at the description. make sure that the model number, the lot number, the description, it matches what you're considering. Are you looking at a multi-curve level 3 plate? Are you looking at a side plate, a backpack insert? Look to make sure that whatever it is you're considering, it's exactly labeled here, so you know it can't be confused with another plate that might be more expensive that they got approved, but this plate that you're looking at now actually is irrelevant. Couple other ways to see that. Look at the plate specs. So are you buying a 10 by 12 plate? Do you know the weight's at 4.82 pounds? Does that seem low? Does that seem high? Does that seem like that's not the right plate? You want to look at those components to see exactly what the specs are to confirm that you're looking at the correct plate. Once again, I want to show this to you. This rating is very, very important. We've seen Ballistics NIJ level ratings touted, bragged, or even claimed for product that or rifle plates that weren't even the right plate. It was just incorrectly positioned, and or we've seen very, very big brands show an NIJ certification that was 2-3 versions ago. Then I want to quickly show you some of these numbers. I know they can look overwhelming, but it's not too crazy here. Primary velocity screen. So you want to know when the round is shot, what speed and what place the radars are at when they're taking and analyzing those shots. So you know it's not just one radar picking up one speed of the bullet. There's so many variables associated with the round's path and what the speed and velocity looks like. You want to have this detail and know that this amount of detail went into the testing. In addition, we don't test in unreal environments. In fact, this is such a controlled, secured environment to match exactly what an active shooter situation would look like. You're seeing temperature, you're seeing barometric pressure, you're seeing relative humidity, you're seeing the specific gun, barrel, you're seeing all these components right here to know this is real life, that this specific rifle plate is tested. If it's indoors and it's a perfect setting and it's just not realistic, well, now the test isn't realistic. Next, and this is a very, very big one we want you to know for sure. Not all NIJ 3A, 3, 4, or green tip ratings, even if they pass NIJ certifications, does that mean they are equal plates, equal performance, equal protection when you're comparing the two? And the big answer there is no. Just because something's level 3 rated does not mean that plate is equivalent to another plate. And most oftentimes what we look at is the size of the plate, the thickness of the plate, the light weight of the plate are the key critical components. In this report, we're going to show you the performance of the plate. What happens when you're in that situation of need where you need the plate to absolutely work? In this case, our ammunition we tested for the green tip, this ammunition is far stronger, far faster. Velocity's faster. The round itself has a much harder casing to it. This is the meanest of the mean. In fact, most 3 level rated plates cannot stop this ammunition. So for us, we went the hardest ammunition possible for this specific green tip, and we wanted to test the green tip to its maximum capacity. So you'll see the 0101.06 level 3 modified test. It's a customer request to modify it because we wanted to make the bullet stronger. So with that in mind, you will see here, this is how you can tell the performance very quickly. Here's the weight. You want to make sure when you're looking at a ballistics report, do the weights meet the specific weights that are necessary? Then you look at the time fired, the velocity, the second velocity, the average velocity. Penetration is critical. You want to absolutely make sure that in the first 2 pieces of penetration, the two first rounds fired, that you do not exceed back face deformation, which is an underrated spec when thinking about rifle plates. Back face deformation is how far the bullet penetrates within the armor itself. What does that deformed back face look like, and how bad does it hurt, and how bad does it impact the person wearing the plate? For NIJ standards, you need to be at a 44 millimeter. As you can see here, for NIJ ratings, you have to be under 44 for the first 2 shots. After that, nobody reports what the back face deformation is unless they have the lab report shown for you. In this case, for this specific armor plate, it's 26, 31, 34, and 30. It's important from NIJ that no penetration ever happens, and you can trust that that's not the case. But again, the next most important component here is deformation. How bad would it hurt on that 3rd, 4th, 5th? And not only hurt, but kill or debilitate or just put you in a situation where you can no longer defend yourself because the round and the impact, the kinetic energy and the impact is that overwhelming. So with that in mind, I hope you found this to be interesting and helpful and valuable to you. I highly recommend, we at Shotstop highly recommend that if you want the data that will tell you how a plate will perform in a situation that you want to be protected from, just seeing an NIJ rating without being able to confirm it's true, without being able to confirm that rating is in spec, it's for the correct plate and it's the correct version, and even on top of that, knowing what is the optimal best performance, lightweight, what can stop multiple bullets, what will make sure there's no spalding or fragmentation. If you want to know those types of details, and those details are important to you, whether, again, it's to protect you, protect those that put their life on the line to protect us, and or those who need to be protected that you might be purchasing this for, we strongly recommend you look at the real data. Get beyond the marketing, get behind all of the slogans and everything that's there to look awesome, and ask for the real data to see what truly can this plate stop and how confident should I be in specific situations. My name again is Rich Bewley with Shotstop. If you have any questions or there's anything we can do to help, please don't hesitate to let us know. Again, I hope you've enjoyed this, and if there's any other information that you're after, reach out and let us know, and we'd be happy to get it for you. Thanks so much.